this lecture, we are going to study the effective range theory and the relation between the scattering length and depth of potential. So for this effective range theory, let us consider a central potential. We already know the meaning of the central potential. Central potential means L is equal to 0. The orbital angular momentum is 0. It means that this potential has equal strength in all directions, and this potential is independent of theta and phi. So such a potential has a Schrodinger's wave equation, or the Schrodinger's wave equation of this potential has a form of, we have already seen this in case of a deuteron bound state. So this U2 is equal to B sine of Kr plus delta. So if you have any potential of V of R, so this for V of R, so this V of R for greater than or equal to capital R, this is equal to 0. Means after some distance capital R, this potential will become 0. So this could be this potential could take any form, like a square well potential or a exponential potential. So after some distance capital R, this potential will have a 0 value. So this is a square well. And this is an exponential well potential. So for this potential also at a distance R, so this potential will become 0. So such types of potentials have the Schrodinger's solutions of this form. U of 2 is equal to B into sine of Kr plus delta, that we have already seen in a deuteron bound state, okay, where this delta is called as a phase shift. As we have taken this as a central potential, which is independent of theta and phi, so this phase shift is only due to the S waves. Now suppose if the energy is very small, okay, for lower energies, this value of this phase shift is very small, and this potential U of 2 can be written as B Kr plus delta. For this we can also write, so this U of 0, that will be nearly equal to C R minus As. There will be some point at which, so this U of R will be, or U of 0 will be nearly equal to, this means when this R is equal to As, so this wave function will disappear. It means that this is the this is called as a scattering length. So this is the distance after which this wave function has no meaning. So means this wave function becomes 0, and this As can be given by equation limit. So this E tends to 0, delta 0 E upon K. So if you consider this limit for a square well potential, we know that we have already seen that this square well potential is represented by V of R is equal to is having some value minus V0 for R less than R, and it will be 0 for R greater than R, for the small r greater than capital R. For this square well potential, so this As can be given by, so this is As, and it can be given by R1 minus tan of QR, I will write, divided by Q into R, and where this Q or this has a usual meaning of, so minus 2m v naught upon h cross square. So this is the expression for the scattering length for a square well potential, and which is generally used in a nuclear and particle physics. Still I don't know why it is called as a square well potential, because in each and every book of nuclear and particle physics it is drawn rectangular like this. Still it is called as a square well potential. So this is a term which is already used in all books, but still I don't know why it is called a square well potential. And I'm afraid there is a relation between this distance and this depth. Okay, let us see what is the relation between the depth of a square or a rectangular wave and its scattering length. So the scientist Zafar Ahmad, so in 2009 he has published one paper in which he says that, in which he has studied the relation between the scattering length and the depth of the potential wave. So this is one very interesting paper in which this Zafar Ahmad has studied the relation between the scattering length and the depth of a square well potential or the rectangular potential. So in this paper he says that this scattering length, as you go on increasing the depth of the square well potential, so this scattering length goes from negative to positive values. It means that we have seen that this depth of the square well potential we go in general we take in case of nuclear and particle physics, it is ranging from 30 to 60 MeV. So but if you go beyond this, so he has studied in the range of nearly 1000 MeV, and he found that, so as this depth of the square well potential goes on increasing, so this scattering length AS moves from negative values to the positive values. He has made very interesting study, and he found that, he has summarized the paper saying that the one-dimensional potential wave which possesses the finite area will have at least one bound state. He says that, so if you have a one-dimensional square well potential, then so this one-dimensional square well potential with a finite area will have at least one bound state. At least one bound state. Whereas this three-dimensional square well potential, so for which for at very large distances this potential vanishes, this may or may not have a bound state. So it may or may not have a bound state. If the scattering length is having the negative value, so he has plotted the graph like this. So this is suppose 200 MeV, 300 MeV. So if you so this is energy and here is the AS. So here are the negative values and here are the positive values. AS is greater than 0. The bound state is present presence of a bound state. But it may or may not be loosely bound. Okay, and if the AS is less than 0, it is the absence of a bound state. It does not mean the existence of any other bound state. It means absence of a loosely bound state. So it means that